Hi everyone, in today's video I will show you how to use htop on Linux. So, in order to use htop on Linux, first of all we have to go into terminal, so I will press here into show apps and press on terminal. And how to use htop. It's very important to say that htop is not installed by default on our system, so we have to install it. As you can see, we have two commands right here. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, both will work, so for me I will choose for example the second one, so sudo apt install and htop. And we have to of course type in our password, because we are using sudo. And right now our htop is installed, so I can clear that and I can type in htop, because this is how I start the htop program. And as you can see, this is htop. Maybe I will say that if you don't want to use terminals, you can basically go into show apps, and right here you should have htop icon after the installation, so you can basically also launch it from here. But it doesn't really matter, both ways work the same. So right here, what is an htop? Basically htop is an interactive process viewer for the terminal. As you can see, we have every process from our system right there. And right now I will describe you some options maybe. But maybe before, as you can see, I will describe you this bar right here. We have process ID. So this is every process has individual ID, so it's very important. This is a user. This is the user that the process is attached to. So basically process with process ID 2320 is attached to test_pl. So it's pretty interesting. This is a priority, this is niceness, and this is a lot of other options, for example CPU usage, memory usage, the time of the process, and the path of the process is using. Right here we have some more information, for example the uptime of our system. So for example my system is up for the over 1 hour. Right here we have the memory, right here we have swap, right here we have the share memory, and so many different options. And right now I will show you how to use these options at the bottom, because that might be pretty interesting. The F1 option is for help, so you can press that. Here you have all keybinds that you can use, you can read it if you don't know how something works. How to go back, just as you can see, press any key to return. So I will press enter for example, and it will return to me. In setup you can basically set up the look of this htop. In search you can search for processes, so I will press F3 on my keyboard, and as you can see I have search bar right here, and I can for example search for only processes with shell in its name, so for example shell. And as you can see I can go next by pressing F3, and I can go back by pressing F-F3. That means I have to press shift and then 3, and I will go back. That's how it works. The search option basically doesn't remove the processes. That doesn't include, for example, shell. The option that removes that is the filter option that I will show you right now. How to exit it, basically by pressing escape on your keyboard. And right now we have the filter option. The filter option is a little bit better, because it removes the processes that doesn't match the word that I will type in. So for example shell, and as you can see there are processes only with shell. And I want, for example, my htop process is right there, so if I want to type something specifically, it will show me only this process, and that's pretty interesting. Again, I can go back from it by pressing filter. I can press F5 to change the view of the processes. So for example right now they are in the list, but I can change it to a tree, so maybe it's a little bit cleaner and nicer. You can go back to the list by pressing F5 again. And right now you can sort by anything you want. By default it is sorted by CPU usage, You can change it, for example, by pressing F6, and maybe you can go back and go down and up by pressing arrows on your keyboard, and maybe I will sort by process ID, so you have to go on process ID and press enter. As you can see, it is sorted by process ID from the smallest to the biggest process ID number. So that's interesting. By pressing F6, F7, and F8, you can change the niceness of your process. What is the niceness? Niceness basically means I guess I will say priority of your process, because if the niceness is big, the priority of your process is low. If your niceness is low, the priority of your process is big. That's basically how it works. F10 to quit, or the Q on your keyboard, it doesn't really matter, and F9. F9 to kill the process. I can, for example, we can kill our current process by, for example, again, I will maybe filter htop, and right now I press F9. So, F9, and right here I have signals. There are two signals to killing the process: the SIGTERM 15, as you can see, it is chosen by default, and the SIGTERM 9 is also used to kill the process. So I will press enter, and right now my program will end because I am killing the process htop. As you can see, we went back. We can launch it again, and we can use for example, the 9th signal. The 9th signal is a little bit different because it will not basically close our program, but it will stop it. You can look at the uptime. As you can see, it is going, and if I will kill the process, so I will press enter. I went back to the terminal so I can type whatever I want, and my program is stopped because the uptime is no longer going up, but it doesn't basically close the program. It only stops. It basically kills it straight away. So that's basically how the htop works and how you can use it. I think it's pretty interesting. If you found the video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe the channel, and I hope to see you in the next videos.